Hi, and welcome to the Sam Dever Podcast, episode 22. In this episode, I speak with music artist, actor, and really cool dude, Chico Spitz. Chico and I connected in Vegas. I was actually in one of his music videos. I've been in a couple of his music videos, actually, and we actually act together in the same series in Las Vegas called For a Fee. Shout out to For a Fee. And him and I have always just had really good conversations. Like, we'd be working on a project, and when we'd have time to talk in between takes or things we were doing, we would always just get into these really deep philosophical questions. Like, man, Chico's a really deep dude, really cool guy, really nice guy. And it was really awesome to reconnect with him here on the podcast. And that being said, the book of the episode is going to be, I'm going to go with Tupac Shakur Legacy. And I bring this up because Chico had mentioned Tupac was an influence of his. Tupac was actually an influence of mine, one of my favorite just artists of all time. And this book's pretty cool. It came with a CD where you can listen to some interviews of Tupac, and it's just really interactive. There's like just different newspaper clippings and articles, and really goes through like his whole life. It's not a typical book. It's all types of things you can interact with and pull out, and like letters he wrote and things like that. It's really cool. And Tupac was amazing, and Chico is an amazing artist as well. And again, I really highly encourage you all to check him out, Chico Spitz. And without further ado, here's my conversation with Chico. Chico Spitz, welcome to the Sam Dever Podcast.
What's up, my guy?
Dude, it is so good to see you, man.
Hey, likewise, bro. For us, it's been a minute.
Yeah, because I've had some good conversations with you, man. Like some deep conversations too. It's crazy because like you were one of those people like I'd work with, and we'd be doing the project or whatever we're working on, but then like we'd sidestep for like a few minutes and just start talking philosophy and life and things like that. I'm like, yeah, no, Chico's a deep dude, man. So I'm happy to have you on here, man.
No, I'm glad to be a part of it, man. I peeped out a couple of your episodes, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely trying to be a part of this. And you know, I seen mostly what you talk about, and it's like, you know, we had conversations like that. So, yeah, bro, last time, yeah, even at the Fast video, like, I just remember that time I was like, damn, Sam's a cool-ass dude, because we literally we were, like, in front of the house, and we were just talking for, like, almost, like, 2 hours, bro. I don't know if you remember that, but we were talking for a minute out there.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and we're just like, all right, I think it's time to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have to split ways. We've already been talking for a minute already, so.
We filmed for like 20 minutes and then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it was the.
It was the extra
GoPro
stuff, right?
Yeah, the GoPro. I never put it in because, yeah, I remember that GoPro stuff. I actually did that GoPro on one of my my newest video, Jump. I think, yeah. I actually did that scene. I remember always wanted to do that with the GoPro, and obviously we never got to do it fast, but you know, I finally got to do it this time around. So,
well, maybe that's a great thing to start with. I'll just start with that Fast video because that was the first time you and I really connected.
Yeah,
because we had, I think it was through For a Fee, I believe. Shout out to Ogino and For a Fee. You were doing a video called Fast, and you wanted a detective in it, and I played a detective in For a Fee, and then KC got involved, and yada yada yada, and then we ended up shooting this video. And I remember watching your process that day, and I was just so impressed with like you had every detail how you wanted it. You know what I mean? Like you knew exactly in your head what wanted to happen, and I watched you execute that entire thing. And like I was telling you in the pre-show, the song's just amazing. Everyone go check out Chico Spitz Fast because it just has a great energy, great vibe. And then when we went and shot that video and shot all around different places in Vegas and then saw the final product, I'm like, man, Chico knows what he's doing. And then you've done like 1,000 other music videos outside.
I know, after that, and a little bit before that too. Even then you too, bro. Because I remember it was when I was starting to like, you know, dive into what For a Fee was. So I wasn't a part of it. And you know, I think at the time, I think I was trying to get Fast on the soundtrack of the first season. So I was like, you know, I think I turned in the Fast song, and I wasn't quite sure if it was gonna make it or not. And then I remember seeing you on the episode because you stuck out, you know what I mean? Because you're this, I mean, I don't know how, but you're just like the detective, and you're just you did a great job, by the way. Like
Oh,
I
thank you.
obviously I wanted you on my video, and I wanted you in more videos too, actually. And yeah, man, I was like, dude, and I met you, and I was like, oh, he's hella cool, and you're very professional too. That's one thing, a lot of times, and I feel like I don't like to talk about it, but at the same time, I'm a rapper, and I just have to say it. It's just a lot of us rappers aren't professional, and a lot of us in the beginning stages, we really don't take shit seriously, and we kind of just don't know what's going on. So you have a lot of shit going on around you, like your friends, these girls, other people you involve, and it's a big headache to actually do a music video that actually has a storyline. Like it's a headache period, but it's like when you just have a bunch of people that think it's just gonna be fun, and you think it's just gonna be like alcohol and girls, and we're like, no, it's actually work. Like you really have to like be quiet, move over here. Okay, now it's his turn to do this. All right, now we have to move over here. It's not no daylight, we need this shot done during the day. All right, this shot done during this time. Okay, now we need to go over here because I just booked this spot over here, and I pay for it, so we have to get over here. Stop talking to the girls, type shit. And I already knew you were a professional. You got to tell, but it was great though. It was great working with you.
Yeah, no, and well, there's a lot to unpack there because I checked out one of your recent videos. The name was it Jump or the
Jump,
name?
yeah, Jump.
Is that with King QP? Is he in that
King
one?
QP, yep.
Shout out to King QP. He's a cool ass dude as well.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
talented
definitely.
music artist. And dude, the beginning of that video, I loved it. You did like the Goodfellas voiceover, like in the beginning or whatever. Dude, that was hilarious. But dude, that was some genius though, man. Like,
Yeah,
that's what I love about your music and your style is I feel like not only, I mean, you got the skill and all that's down, but like, I feel like you're very versatile.
yeah.
You can be serious, but you can be funny. You mix a lot of it in, and dude, I think that's going to really pay off for you as you're
No,
building.
yeah, bro. I'm waiting for it. It's surely, a little slow, but at the same time, it's fun. I try and remind myself, but I appreciate you notice that because yeah, that's one thing that I want to bring to the table is like it's just me. So I mean, obviously, nobody's just how do you say serious all the time, and nobody's always like turned up all the time, and all that. So
Yeah, and well, if we could, I want to take it back a little bit for my own knowledge as well. Just kind of how it all started with you in music and being in Vegas,
yeah.
and kind of your upbringing and maybe what led you to the music.
Oh well, yeah, no, I've been rapping for like a while, but I started rapping because at first it was poetry. Like being 16 or 14, 15, 16, writing poetry, and it was like like nowadays you get to talk about it, but it was like as a teenager, I was just depressed. You know what I mean? And so I think the only way I could express myself was writing poetry, even if nobody read it, because I didn't really like to talk to anybody. I was a very quiet kid anyway, too. So I didn't know how to express my emotions. When I did, I'd kind of lash out in anger. And so I start off with poetry. And my brother Blaze, shout out Rebirth. You already know I got tax season. You feel me? But all that he actually did all this too. Like Rebirth came from him and all that. But he actually inspired me to start actually rapping because he was rapping, and I really I thought that was really cool. And I wanted to express what I wrote on the paper to other people, and maybe it would help them out because one of my favorite rappers is Tupac. And I know that his music helped me out a lot, and I know Nas helped me out a lot. I know it sounds crazy, but Lil Wayne, like certain not, the Millie, yeah, they turned up, and even turned up songs help you out too. It makes you go throughout the day and be like, it's okay, and get forget about your problems. And I wanted to give that to people, so I started to do that, and little by little though, I really didn't take it seriously to like really like I want to say like actually trying to go for it and be find a team and all this other stuff probably like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So, but
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, with you, what's impressed me is just you at one time you just project after project after project.
oh yeah, no, yeah,
In me knowing like doing some music production video stuff before, like I know what that entails. Like you said earlier, like it's not just you just show up with the camera and no, like you got to have locations. You're paying people to be there, and
yeah,
you got to have it planned out what you're going to do, and then there's the post editing process. So the fact that you've been able to orchestrate and produce that, man, like it's impressive.
No, yeah, I appreciate it, and I'm glad you understand too, because
Mhm.
it's hard explaining that to people. Like, I'd be like, I really like, even then too, like, the videos that came out, they make numbers, but they don't make numbers like how I want to make numbers, and sometimes it's discouraging, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's you have to have a strong head on your shoulders and really not let things get to you. But at the same time, like you said, it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? And you kind of want to be like, in a sense, I guess, rewarded. Like, yo, I did all this work. I worked for a reason. I want this. You know what I mean? Because that shit's tough, man. Like, that's why I say it. Like, a lot of other people that do music videos, like rappers, like, they don't do those kind of music videos because it's too much. You know what I mean? Like, I sometimes don't even want to do those kind of music videos because it's too much. But I really do like doing those kind of videos because I like, it's art. You know what I mean? Once you finish and sit back and watch it, it's dope. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. So
So really, I mean, there's a lot of filmmaker in you too, I would say, because like another music video that pops in my head, man, what was the one where something like where you're dead on the floor or something?
Infidelity.
Is that what it was called? But dude, I watching that was a movie. Like a lot of your music videos have been like movies. And it's
Yeah.
not just yeah, you'll mix in like
Right.
do the hip hop and
hip hop with the
you like actually spitting lines to the camera, but no, there's like a whole other storyline with a lot of them going on, and that takes a lot of creativity and planning to pull that off, and you've done it very well.
Oh yeah, no, appreciate it. Yeah, that one's pretty cool too. I mean, yeah, that was a while ago too. But yeah, man, I actually that's actually like the ending. Like, it's actually like four music videos connected together, and that was
Really?
the fourth one. Yeah. So I think I want to get on my Soldier Boy right now, but I think I'm like the first person in my city to actually do that, because I actually looked around and seen people like see what they're doing with the music videos, and I haven't seen nobody connect a storyline like that. And I did that back in 2015, I think too. So
Wow.
yeah,
Well,
very slept on, but we're gonna get that shit up.
well, the thing is, I was going to tell you is keep cranking them out and building that library, because eventually more and more people will find you. And when they do, I know this happens to me when I find like a new podcast or a new music artist or a YouTuber or anything.
Mhm.
I immediately start going through all the stuff they've ever did. And I'm like, how have I never heard of this person? They've done like 20 music videos.
Yeah.
So when they find that one song of yours that like, oh, they're really digging, they're going to search. So all that work, it's all going to pay off for you.
No, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's showing more and more. Obviously, it's like we're progressing, we're going up. You know what I mean? So it's exciting. It's a journey. So.
And Rebirth, is that the label? Rebirth Entertainment?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. What's it called? My brother pretty much came up with it because, like I said, he pretty much was my inspiration of actually like rapping and getting in front of people and stuff like that. And he encouraged me to. So, but he was actually like in prison, and like I remember I would write him like my shit, and he all that. And I remember when he finally got out, he had this idea about rebirth, and pretty much it represents like being, obviously, rebirth, being reborn and starting over, and always, never, no matter what situation you're in, you could always restart again and start new and start fresh, and light shit on fire, with Phoenix. So.
Dude, that's amazing. I had no idea that was the backstory, but I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why he told me that, and I was like, man, I was like, I want to be a part of it. And he's like, well, yeah, bro, you are a part of it. I was like, that's why I'm telling you this. I was like, hell yeah.
And I've had the pleasure to actually see you perform live a couple of times, and you're a great performer.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's the Vegas music scene like these days? What's the pulse?
I think it's getting more, a lot more love. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not gonna try to talk so much negative stuff about it, because I think nowhere's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, what I've seen that has happened is that I think there's a lot more people willing to listen. And when I mean listen, I don't mean just rappers, because I remember sometimes you go to shows and it's like, which is okay too, but the crowd is mostly rappers, and it's like mostly other people that are trying to pretty much, they want to be there for you because they want you to be there for them, which is understandable, build a community. But like after a while, it's like, you know, you really want to build a fan base where it's just mostly fans, you know what I mean? So they're there genuinely just to be like, I really like his music. I want to see him perform. I'm gonna buy merchandise. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. So it's like I think it's starting to get there. You know what I mean? I just did a release party for my album Circulate. It will a street tape or whatever. I don't want to say a mixtape because it's not a mixtape, but I also don't want to say it's an album. But it's a project, and I did a release party, and it came out great. It really came out great. I had a lot of people come out and show me love, and it was kind of amazing. It was actually a touching moment for me because I didn't realize how many people would actually come out for me. And on top of that, like I said, it was all genuine. You know what I mean? And there's people that I never met before. You know what I mean? Even coming to support. So it's getting there. It's really, I think it's gonna blow up. I really do think out here there's a lot of great talent, and I think we're in the next 3 years. And I say 3 years or now, I think someone's really gonna blow up big up from here for sure, and just set everything else on fire. So
Nice. And the project's called Circulate that just came
yeah,
out?
the projects are
How can people get a hold of it if they want to check it out?
You have to yes, Apple Music, Spotify, Chico Spitz, and then Circulate, and it's just a 13 track album or tape. And yeah, man, if you want to go check that out, it jumps actually on there. I'm actually just shot another music video, which I'm hella excited for this one. And it's like I also edit my videos too, and like I got my own camera and all that stuff. So
Oh, you do the editing too?
yeah, man. Like
oh, dude,
it's like a one-stop shop over here.
One-stop shop, man. But I mean, really though, that's what you got to do, man. Like that's what you gotta. I mean, no excuses, right? Like if you want your dream to happen, you make it happen, and you do that. You know?
No, yeah, you definitely got to, man. You definitely have to learn things. You can't just come in here and just think that just because you rap, you're gonna make it. It's like it has to do with drive for sure. Driving and learning. Learn a lot. Well, drive is gonna make you understand that if I want to get shit done, I gotta learn shit to around here. So,
what's one of the biggest? I mean, aside from trying to get the most exposure, what's one of the biggest challenges for you as a music artist?
I think trying to really still, because there's a business side and then there's an artistic side. You know, creating side, being a creator. And it's kind of hard to, you know, balance them because it's like when you're in creator mode, you're not trying to think about no business stuff. You're not trying to think about, because there's a lot of stuff that, like the way I'm trying to do is like you have to go through a lot of shit. There's contracts that are involved. It starts even with beats, you know what I mean, and all that stuff, and just really going on and trying to build a team. It's like it's really hard, you know, sometimes to really jump into back and forth. And I think it's finding that balance. And still reminding yourself why you started, because I started this because I love it, but at the same time, the business side and like it also has to do with, you know, I guess getting exposure. That's why, but also too money and all that. It's like, damn, it's not fun. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to do none of this. But that's also has to go with creating a team and having, you know, a whole big old team on you, you know. And I do have people to help me out and all that, but for the most part, I'm the type of person that I want to be involved in everything. So it's like, that's just how I am. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's a big thing. So.
Yeah, and definitely social media has played a pretty big role for you. Probably.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you're really good at too, is you're really good at promoting. Like even when you did the Fast music video, you came out with the little, like the square with the graphics and the video in the middle.
Yeah.
That we could all share. So, I mean, you're always, I mean, it's important. It's important. Someone said on the podcast the other day, like, when you come up with something, no one's ever going to know about it unless you tell them.
No, true, man. That is true. And it's tough because it's like another thing too. You don't want to like oversaturate like your stuff, you know, but at the same time, it's like you kind of have to sometimes, you know, just so you can remind people and you just really be out there. Like, yeah, the certain people already saw it, but you know, there's other people that are around them that didn't see it or probably weren't on the internet at that time or whatever. Like, yeah, it's a job definitely, but it's like you said at the end, it's all gonna be worth it. So that's my mindset. And that's what I'm gonna stick with. So
Yeah, and aside from Tupac, are there any other musical influences currently that influence you in the music you're
uh,
making right now, or is it just more life experiences? Or
no, it's no, it's that, and then also too what's crazy is like I really like R&B.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like I like Party Next Door, Janae Aiko, and Brent Fayez, and all that. Like all the I listen to a lot of that. You know, like if you look at my playlist, like it's mostly like R&B, you know, real like slow stuff. I still like turned up stuff, but for the most part, I think that influences me a lot. I mean, I still, you know, obviously Lil Baby and like, you know, Future, stuff like that. But, you know, I think the stuff that really hits me is, yeah, like some R&B, some real love shit. You know what I mean?
Which
So,
we'll get to the love shit here in a bit.
yeah, no, facts, facts.
The
Let's
dating,
get
we gotta
hey,
get the music business out of the way here.
no, facts for sure, for sure.
uh, yeah, man. No, I'm a big fan of yours. I'm very grateful that I've gotten to be a part of a couple of your projects.
No,
It's just been
definitely.
fun watching you evolve and watching you grow.
No, yeah, I
Really, so
appreciate
because one day like people go, yeah, bumping Chico Spitz, like I know him.
it.
I know that guy. Go check out the Fast Music video.
That's me right there. No, facts, bro. I'm glad, bro. I'm glad you're a part of it. You feel me? So it's
Yeah.
exciting because I know that also too. Uh, I know you're back for Feed the season 2, and I also got a role in it too now, and it's like it's exciting. So we'll see how that turns out. Shout out to El Gino. You know what I mean? Shout out to the whole 4 Feed crew. So
Yeah. Shout out to Ogino now, and good transition. I did want to transition to that. How did you get involved with 4Fee and Ogino, and how did
you
that
know
take
what's
place?
you know what's crazy, and this is funny because he texted me I think maybe I don't know like a month ago or something like that, and it was so funny. Like he sent me this song that me and him are on, and he's like, "Bro, did you know about this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know about that." Clearly, you didn't know about that.
Wait,
He's
you
like,
both are on
"Oh,
the same song, and he
we're on
didn't
the same
know?
song." Because this is what it was. It's like I never met Ogino like in I think what was it Camel Hump Studios, and it was a studio back then. I don't know, it might be up still too. I haven't really talked to anybody over there like that about the studio, but it was they having like this compilation with all the Vegas artists. And it was hella funny because like he like sent me that and I was like, yeah, bro. And I remember being a student. I remember I wanted to jump on that track, and they were like, nah, Ogino is gonna be on that track. And you know, at the time I didn't know who Ogino was, and I was like, okay, like, and like let me jump on it. Like I already wrote something for it, you know what I mean? And you know, and Ogino, you know, Ogino got tracks, got records, you know, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So he was like, everybody's like this fool don't even know who Ogino is, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, all right, fine, whatever. But somehow I still made it on the track because I forgot. I think Venom was like I think Venom really liked my hook. So like what they did was they split my hook and his hook. So I was like, we shared the hook pretty much. And I was like, that's what's up. But I never met him, and I thought, you know, it was just funny when he sent me that. But yeah, I never met him. But then my homeboy Kato, shout out to Kato, he's actually in for a fee, and he's actually the one of the dudes that something about with the money. He was like the Asian dude with the money that he was trying to get Ogino's connection. So
Mm.
and Ogino never wants to give it to him. That's him, Kato. Forgot his name in the series though, but he told me that they were doing they were pretty much asking for people for like in Vegas for songs. And I was like, well, let me throw in fast. Let me see if he likes that. I actually made it. I was hella excited. I think it was like on the fourth episode, third episode. And then next thing you know, they said they were gonna have auditions because they were gonna do season 2. And I remember before I went to the audition, I actually met up with Ogino one time, and we just started chopping up. And he's hella cool dude, hella cool dude. Like to be like, he's hella humble. You know what I mean? Hella like just chill as fuck. And we just started chopping it up, and he was very like excited about like the 4 Feet. Like it wasn't even season 2 yet. It was just the whole 4 Feet season 1. He was just talking about how much he loved it, and how much you want to do for the city. And I was like, damn, this dude's hella chill. So I was like, hopefully, I get to jump in the 4 feet season one time. But he's like, it's already closed off. We might have a second season. Kato hit me up about that, and I, went in for auditions. And after that, I made it. And then me and Joe Gino just be chopping it up. You know what I mean? So
that's awesome. Yeah, you talk about someone who, I mean, goes all in. Like Ogino lives and breathes and bleeds for a fee.
No,
and,
yeah, no, definitely.
You know what I mean? And like it's inspirational because he's not stopping. Like I tell people, even like I've told people in LA, like I've never even seen people out here like do what he's doing in Vegas, like to the level he does it at. You know what I mean? Like some people might go shoot a pilot or do this, but like no, he shot a season, blew all that up in terms of like just everywhere putting it and throwing events and this, that, and the other, building the brand out of it. And then, all right, now we're going to go do season 2.
No, yeah, he still wants, that's drive, man. That man has drive. I were talking about that too. Like, I was like, man, this stuff is tough because I'm already, being a part of the scenes and stuff like that. And you're watching, and you're just like, man, like, and I tell him, I was like, I go through this, but I go through this for like 2 days every like fucking 2 months or something like that. You're going through this like, it's like almost every day. I'm like, this shit is tough, bro. I was like, I don't even know how you keep your cool, man, because he keeps his cool.
Dude, that is a true. Dude, you just summed him up perfect. Yeah, he keeps his cool like no other.
Yeah, bro.
He just be on the foot like boom, 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 just putting out fires. Just handling it.
No, facts, man. That's why I was like, nah, yeah, he's a cool dude for sure, for sure. I'm really glad I'm part of the 4 fee whole thing. So
hopefully our characters will meet one day.
Right? Yeah, because that'll be interesting. Because you didn't make it to the sugar daddy lounge.
Man, yeah, because I was still recovering with my injury and everything. And man, trust me, I saw the pictures and I'm like, I told Ogino, I go, dude, or I don't even know if I told him this. I'm saying, I really hope there's another party.
Yeah. It was lit, man.
I really hope there's another party for like when everything launches and everything, because I will be there. I will be there. No questions asked.
Oh, yeah, because KC was there, and then everybody was there.
Everyone was.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, what's that, man? And then obviously, I think I hit you up too. I think I hit you up.
You did.
Yeah,
you hit
I remember you told me that the injury, and I was like, it's all good, but it was dope, man. It was and it's like I'll just say like it's getting better. Like everything's just getting better. You know what I mean? And I was just like, man, it was great. I was excited. I was nervous as hell to see me and how I was gonna look like actually like acting. Because I was like every time we did scenes and stuff, I told Ogino, I was like, can I see the footage? Can I see what you shot? Don't worry, you look good. Don't worry, you good. And I'm like, you sure? He's like, man, just you good. And I remember I was probably getting on his nerves, and he was just still keeping his cool. But I was just like, can I just see it one time? He's like, oh, no, you good. I'm like, I'm like over here nervous as hell. I'm like, I need to do it again because I'm a perfectionist. So I'm just like over here like even with my own videos and everything, like I literally like look at it. We could do it better. We could do this, but I trusted Ogino, and I saw the scenes, and they were good. You know what I mean? So. I didn't see all of it. I think they only showed like three episodes, but it was good scenes, good shots.
Nice, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. And you triggered something or gave me like, because I know this has helped me. Maybe I'm curious to get your thoughts. Like when you do you're exactly right. Like when you're doing your own projects and you have like 10 hats you're wearing and you're checking footage in between everything. Like that's its own thing. But then when you do another project for someone else, like for example, even when I went and worked with you.
Mm-hmm.
That was your project. That's your thing. You were going to do what you want with it and the look you were going for. Do you feel like doing like the 4 Fee project that then going back doing your own music projects? Do you think there's some synergy there? Like they're helping each other in a way?
No, definitely.
I think, you learn, right? Like you learn going to someone else's set sometimes.
No, definitely. Yeah, I definitely learned. And I learned about myself too. Because even then too, there's times when people be like, that was a good take. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Just go with it, you know. And with Ogino and all them, I had to really just kind of trust the process and just go with it. And just seeing how they set up things too and all that, I was just like, you know what, like now it's like I'm not so strict and so like hard on myself with certain stuff. If it was a good take, I may try it one more time, but that's it. But usually I remember I would take multiple takes and just keep going back. And then sometimes it'll be for no reason because it'll be like 10 takes and then you still go with like the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, the first one was the best. Why did I keep trying? Like it's just, but I did learn a lot about that and a lot about myself too as well. And you know, just acting as well too. Like I went to acting classes and stuff like that. And I remember before 4 feet too, and like before all that. And I remember they were telling me that you know, sometimes it's like, yeah, people could learn how to act, but really it's like in you, and you could just better it. And he's like, you know, and some people just, you know, you just have to really fight for it as far as like really like let loose, because sometimes you're like nervous and you really can't be yourself. And that's one thing too. I was nervous as hell, like hella nervous, like being in front of like the camera and trying to like, you know, act, because I was like, I'd never acted in front of people like that. And it's not like it's just one person. I mean, I think there was one time there was just like Ogino, and then I forgot who else was there, and then the camera guy. And it was just like after that, or all the other times, there was like at least maybe like 7 people, 8 people, and even then it wasn't that much. But to me, 7, 8 people, just one more person just watching me act, it was just nerve-wracking. You feel me? Because I never done that. But it was growth for sure. I think I was getting better at it. So
You enjoy the acting? Do you enjoy just doing acting stuff?
I enjoy it. No, yeah, actually, I do. I really like it. I want to go more into it. I know you have experience in acting, right? Because you have, I know you have a portfolio. I know you do a lot of shit out there too. And I'm like, trying to build mine too, but at the same time, I also know that I'm kind of limited just because of my head tattoos. But I also am down to put on a wig. You know, no, I like to do little skit stuff. It's funny because like the whole TikTok thing too. Like I actually enjoy doing TikToks, and it's hilarious to me. And it's funny too because I used to do stuff like that too before the whole TikTok era, but I used to do it on my Snapchat. So now it's like that's like a little bit of acting too. I mean, you know, TikTok's not so serious; it's a little exaggerated stuff, you know. But yeah, I enjoy stuff like that. It's fun.
Well, a couple of things. First off, like, you know, with the tattoos and everything, yeah, for some roles you may not get casted in, but for some roles you may get casted because of that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you definitely can fulfill types, like, and so that may play to your advantage for future films and stuff like that. And another thing is too, you do your own projects anyway. So it's like any acting experience you get, man, that's just fuel for your fire when you're doing the Chico Spitz cinematic music series, like Kanye West. Oh gosh, dang it! I have to name the musical he did. It's like 30 minutes long. Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's beyond a masterpiece. But like, dude, it's just on just a different level, man. It's just like all this shit. I'm just like, this dude's a genius. Like,
no, facts. He is
acting and art and music. It just threw it all together.
No, facts. He is a genius. I mean, honestly, I know people will be like, he's kind of crazy and all that. And, you know, I really don't want to get too much into, like, I guess his thoughts on a lot of stuff. But I do know that when he speaks and he says certain things, I really do feel like that man is, like, ahead of his time. Like, and it's not even, like, ahead of it, but he's just so aware of what's going on around him. And he knows it. He knows what's going on and he knows how things work. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. I really like watching his interviews. You know what I mean? There's certain things I'd be like, damn, Kanye, like what? Like, but a lot of this stuff is like, man, like I like listening to him, bro. He's a genius to me.
I won't go into the details of what we just discussed because everyone should check it out for themselves. But the Drink Champs podcast he did, I mean, dude, yeah, he dropped some stuff where I'm just like, dude, this dude's on just a different level.
No,
like,
yeah.
People will label him as XYZ, but it's like you're not hearing what he's saying. Like,
for real, you're really not. I mean, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. Well, yeah, but I haven't seen it either because I know
it's worth your time. It's a 2.5 hour. It's good because Nori and those guys, they really just let him talk. They didn't interrupt. They just let him go. And another thing, the one thing I'll say about that guy, and just kind of tying everything to you talk about someone who believes in himself. Like
For
that
real,
guy has been telling us for well over a decade.
bro.
I'm
For
gonna do
real.
this in fashion. I'm gonna be a billionaire. I'm gonna do. He did all of it.
No,
That's what like
he.
I hit me. I'm like, man, because I was really on to him in College Dropout when he first came out, Graduation, all those stuff, and
Oh yeah, all that. Yeah.
just
He's
to
no.
watch
He.
him evolve, like it's crazy, you know.
No, yes, he's crazy. Yeah, and it's like exactly what you said. Like talk about somebody believing in themselves and just not giving up. And it's like he's an inspiration for sure. And so no matter how much people talk mess about him, I could see it gets to him. I mean, maybe that's just my opinion, but I feel like he's still human, and but he still succeeds and he still does what he said he's gonna do. So I think I think it's pretty hard to be that famous and not let things get to you anyway. So
Yeah, man. And before I transition, I'll call it the goods topic. So as far as like, I mean, so basically, you're just gonna keep creating, man. Do you have anything besides that? You said you're working on a new music video. What's in? What does 2022 look like? For Chico Spitz and music.
um, I know that Circulate is gonna be something that I'm gonna keep pushing for a while. Um, it's a project that I'm proud of. So, and I'm big on making sure that like everything that I do is heard. I'm not a fan of dropping albums or anything like that because of how much people just probably listen to like one or two songs or the songs that you did videos for. So, but with this one, I was like, you know what, I haven't dropped an album at all or tape at least 10 songs long or something. So this 13 songs. I'm really gonna push to actually make a video for every single song. And it's gonna be Circulate campaign for like until all the songs are done. And so I feel satisfied between that. I got another like EPs coming out. I'm working on. Hopefully for a fee. I'm pretty sure for a fee is gonna be dropping next year. We got that going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think, and then just like kind of traveling, and just really trying to do shows in different cities and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure when exactly, but I'm thinking about the summer, just kind of doing
Nice.
like a little tour. So
Awesome, man. Well, I love it, man. Keep cranking it out. And another topic we wanted to touch on a little bit here. I think I believe you've posted some memes and we've had like DM conversations. Just on I guess we'll just say the typical dating scene of today.
oh yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
I guess I'll start out like what are your thoughts on
What are
dating
my
in
thoughts?
2021 post pandemic? Like what?
Dude, you know what I think? I think there's no hope.
I was gonna say, is it even worth it? Do we even need to go there? Like,
No, because you know what it is, like, because I was talking to my homeboy the other day too. It's funny because like people know that like me personally, I'm not in relationships. Like I have flings and that's just it. You know what I mean? But I'm recently in a relationship right now. I love my girl. You know,
nice.
we've been together already for like 9 months. I've been known her though for like almost a year before that.
Mm,
And I think that was the real reason why all this worked out because I've been known her. And I'm gonna just say it like this: I have huge trust issues. Like if I don't like the things that I've seen already, because I've been in the streets. You know what I mean? Like I've really been in the streets with these women out here, and obviously other shit. But too, like with these women, it's just like not saying they're all bad, not at all, but I seen what they can do, and it's horrific. And I'm just like, damn. And it's like I said, I
I've
don't
been to
know, man.
war. I've seen
Yeah,
what it does to a man.
like my cousin said, like nom. Like I feel like I have nom flashbacks sometimes, because it's like this, and I'll just put it like this: I've been naked in bed with a girl, and she answers her phone and starts talking to her boyfriend, saying, "No, baby," da da da. And I know I hate to bring that up in it, but that shit happened to me, and I was like, you know what? This girl looked at me like I thought I was like, yeah, like gonna be laughed out, but to me, I was just like, damn, that could happen to me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I could
Yeah.
be that dude, honest. And I was like, oh man, like that shit. And that's just like, that's probably one of the worst things, but still, there was still other shit that I seen. And it's just like, man, like, I don't know. To me, it just seems like the whole hookup culture is kind of getting to the point where, like, yeah, people do want to be in relationships now again, but it's almost like they don't want to be in a relationship with just one person. I really do. And I was talking to my friend about it. I really do think the future is going to be more open relationships and like polygamy, kind of like just all that shit. You know what I mean? It's just, you're not going to have one partner, you know, straight up. So does that mean, like, I still believe that there's going to be couples, you know what I mean? Like just two couples, like a person that just wants to be one person. But for the most part, yeah, that's where I see it's going, to be honest. Which ain't bad. It's just what you want.
Man, I don't know what direction to go from here because there's a bunch of things you just said. I could definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'll put it out there. I've dealt with insecurities definitely in the past of trust, and dude, once trust goes, it's done. Like that's one thing I found out with once you question someone's trust, it's over. It's over because everything they do, you're going to question. You're going to question everything. Like, who's she texting over there? Why didn't she do that? And I don't like being like that, but it's maybe this is best suited for me to talk through at a therapy session. But it's like I just posted this on my Instagram stories, and it's a meme, and I'll read it to you really quick. And I thought it was really spot on. Because now we live in this age of like, we have so many choices, quote unquote, with online dating and Instagram, which Instagram pretty much has become softcore porn to some degree, you know, and thirst traps. It says dating in the 1970s, a guy going up to a girl, we like each other, let's date, settle down, have a family. Below it, another guy and girl dating in the 2020s. We like each other, but there may be someone better. Let me continue posting scandalous photos and DM hundreds of people.
Bro, that's true though. Like, it's true, man. Honestly, it really has to do with the internet. You know what I mean? That whole shit's kind of
the grass is always greener, right? Like we think we have all these options. And I've done this. Like, where you'll have a perfectly good woman in front of you, man. Mm-hmm. But you know, someone showed you some love on Instagram, or someone's flirting with you and then I realized that, oh wait, this isn't reality. Like, it's a fantasy. It's all fantasy, man. It's all ego, fantasy, and but we'll chase that. We'll ignore the person that's right in front of us in real life to go chase this fantasy that nothing ever happens.
You know, yeah, it's true. I mean, I feel like there was times in my life when I did that too, and it had to do with like also two trust issues. So like I was just huge on not trusting anybody, and it's like I always felt if I wasn't gonna trust somebody, I couldn't trust nobody. There's no way I'm gonna be in a relationship with that person. And but that's true. Yeah, you see somebody that you think you pretty much know that's good for you. She's good for you. But yet you're still getting out of nowhere somebody DMs you, hey, I like your song, I think you're cute. It's like that gets to people's heads. And you know, for the most part, I do my best because now I mean, it's happened already. Like, obviously, you know, we all have fucking IG, we all have TikTok, whatever we have. So it happens. But, you know, for the most part, it is growing and learning that, yes, that's not real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that person is not going to, you don't know that person, and you don't know what kind of, like, it could just be like a little fantasy that she has with you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not real. They probably just want to have sex with you. And even though we're men, it's still like that too. Like, you know, us men still got to respect ourselves and, you know, realize that we can't be just having sex all the time with anybody. You know what I mean? It's just, I just feel like the standards are gone. You know what I mean? I think a lot of like the toxic things, like people like that, you know, and it's like, to me, it's funny. But in reality, I also feel like it's warping people's minds to thinking that it's okay to be like that and we should be like that because it's laughable. People will not look, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, if that's what people want to do, you know, you can't even judge them anymore. It's just like, because at the end of the day, who are you too as well? Everybody has their own faults. It's just mostly has to do with like, well, what do you want and what will you accept? You know, I know with me and my girl, like, I actually talked to her and I lay down like what I feel like I want in a relationship and what I don't like in a relationship, what I don't tolerate. And I told her to tell me the same thing. Like, it's not a one-way street. I was like, I told you this is what I want. This is what I believe a relationship should be like. I don't think this is cool, and I don't think that is cool. What do you think? You know what I mean? I think a lot of this shit has to do with people not communicating right as well too in real relationships. You know, I think people like for instance, if I have a problem with her and I tell her something, I have a problem. If she comes back to me like, "Why are you being insecure for? Why you doing it?" Like, to me, that's not cool. Like, and I tell that with actually any of like my friends, all that. I was like, that's not a conversation. That's not communicating. Like, if I tell you something's bothering me, I want you to take a look at it and then wonder why it's bothering me. And actually, if you love me and you care about me, you would see why and you would try to figure out a situation or a solution to that instead of kind of making me feel like I ain't shit and I'm secure and I'm crazy. Like, because I'm not going to do that to you. Like, if she tells me anything like, hey, I don't like you sitting by that girl because I think that girl has a crush on you. I'm not going to turn around and be like, bro, you're tripping. Like, what the fuck? Like, stop being insecure. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to listen to her and I'll be like, you know what? She has insight. She's a girl. Even if she probably doesn't have a crush on me, I'm going to still take that into consideration and try to be like, you know what? My girl doesn't like that. And I'm going to not sit next to her. I'm going to still communicate with that girl because obviously we're in the same room, but I'm just going to maneuver my way around her and make sure that she's not sitting next to me because, yeah, she has been kind of sitting next to me every single time. It's kind of weird. I kind of feel like that does bother. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's just, I just feel like communication, bro. People really don't know how to communicate these days.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And also, it just sounds like along with your communication, you just have good awareness, like awareness of not only yourself, but her feelings as well. And I think what's interesting, what you said, is you guys had a foundation of friendship before romance. And I'm sure that has played a huge role and probably the strength of your relationship.
No, yeah, no, facts. No, yeah, that's definitely a big thing. You know what I mean? Because I even tell her too, I was like, and this is no, I was like, bro, if I didn't even like know you like that, like, and we weren't friends like 8 months because we were friends for 8 months already. We probably wouldn't be going out just because of how huge my trust issues are. And I tell that and I'm like, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just really, get in my head and I don't trust a lot of things. I move differently. It's just, that's just the way I am. It's because of things that I've seen. And I also know, like what you said too, about everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side. And it's like everybody has this like lust demon on their fucking shoulder nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, everybody just wants to fuck everything. And it's also going to now to women, which it ain't bad. Like we've done that for centuries prior. Like, to us, it was okay to do that. And then now it's like women's turn to do it. And we shouldn't judge them as well. But at the same time, it's like, I always tell people this too. It's like, you could be a hoe, but it's like you have to be a respectful hoe. And you have to like hold yourself a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, don't be that hoe that just fucks anybody and kind of just like getting dominated. You know what I mean? And don't be a liar. You know what I mean? Don't be a cheater. Don't be a liar. That's not a way to hoe. You feel me? If you want to go out and have sex with people, this is also girls too. Do it, but make sure that it's on your terms and also compromise with his terms as well too. And don't just say I'm the baddest bitch. Whatever the fuck it is. Like, nah. Like, come together, figure it out, have sex. Yeah. And then if you want to go have sex with another person, yeah. You feel me? I feel like there's a good way to do it. You know what I mean? Without hurting people's feelings and without you looking like you're just getting dominated out here. You know what I mean? There's girls out here and there's guys out here too that just get fucked and get tossed around and be like, whatever. And they'll have respect. Nobody has respect for that person. And you want to go out and have respect for yourself. And there's a way to do it. You know what I mean? So.
Man, this guy, this is some good stuff. Yeah, it's because polyamory in the open relationship, it's a two-way street. It sounds glamorous, and I think you're exactly correct. Like, there's a way to go about it, like having that open communication, because aside from feelings, there's also something called STDs out there.
Yes, that's,
you know what I'm saying? Too, especially, yeah. It's just like, I'm not trying to mess with one of those at all.
No, yeah, no, it definitely.
So it's like, hey, we may be doing this over here. Okay, well, maybe we do have this thing, but like, hey, if I'm doing this to you over here and then you're messing with who knows who, that's bringing whatever to you, now that's coming to me. That's not cool. You know?
No, that has to do with communicating with the person and trusting the person. And even then too, I ain't even gonna lie, I'd still wear a condom, even if they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I don't care." Like it takes a while for you to actually. I'd feel like it would take a while for even if it's a fling for you to actually should trust somebody. But then again, like I said, unprotected sex is so common nowadays too. It's kind of like it's a joke on the internet, you know. What's a condom? And then there's like, you know, memes like, like a girl is like saying, he wants to wear a condom. That's gross. What the fuck is that? And it's just like, damn, like you're really influencing like us to be like, fuck yeah, we're not using a condom. Like, you know what I mean? Because that just makes you not want to wear a condom. So it's just like, you already don't want to wear a condom, and then you see shit like that. It's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not wearing a fucking condom. These girls don't even want you to wear a condom. They'll probably look at you as a goof wearing a condom. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's it's funny, but at the same time too, I also feel like people need to remember like some stuff is just a joke. You know what I mean? Like you should really protect yourself. You know, and if not, oh well, who cares if you just want to get like I guess STDs? That's on you. You know what I mean? But for me, I health is wealth, and I really want to protect myself for sure. With if I'm out here having sex with multiple women, you know what I mean? So that's definitely a big thing. So
100%, man. And piggybacking off of that, it's well, one thing I wanted to mention real quick. Two things. Well, first about the sexual lust demon, because that's something I myself have been dealing with that for 20 years. You know, as soon as I discovered, I think it was Baywatch, my freshman, you know, it's like I'm seeing girls in bikinis for the first time, and then it just was a snowball from there. But
no, I mean, no one's perfect, bro. It's definitely
and it's like a lot of times you got to ask yourself, and this is why IG in these places, you know, even leading to like pornography and things like that, it's dangerous because lust is a very powerful thing and it tricks you and it makes you think you really like this person, but like, no, you don't. You're just really horny right now.
No, yeah. Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that's why when you do find a woman with a good foundation of friendship, yeah, hopefully she does make you horny and you do have those feelings for her, but you know, as soon as that session is over sexually, hey, I still really like this person. Like they're a cool person. You know what I mean? Like, and it's, this person passed this to me from someone else, but I thought it was pretty brilliant. This person said that they are sexually monogamous, but socially promiscuous. And what that meant was they only have sex with one partner at a time.
Yeah.
When it's with the partner, that's it. But they go date other people in a non-sexual form just to like keep themselves open to new people and like whoever they might meet. And I thought it was, if done correctly, I thought that was a pretty genius, beautiful way to go about things. But, and like they said, like if they meet someone that they would really like to be with sexually, they would have to let that person that they're having sex with currently know.
Yeah.
And so it's just something I'd never heard before, you know?
Yeah. I think that's a good idea, but I feel like you would have to let that other person know for sure too. That's what you're doing.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Because they're gonna catch feelings. I mean, I've been in I guess you could say a fling, like where that was pretty much going on in a sense. And I always told her, you know, like I'm still out here seeing other women though, you know, and this is what it is. Still friends, you know, still cool and all that stuff with her, I told her. But, you know, after, you know, I found the person that I actually wanted to be with, it was kind of like, you know, it started to really, like, I don't even think she likes me anymore. Like, I think she hates me, you know, and it's like, but it was also to the fact that I think she was fixed on actually, like, just only me. And in feelings, thing is, like, feelings happen and like, that can confuse a lot of things, you know, and that can complicate a lot of things. That's why I say, like, open relationships, like, is going to be tough too, because I honestly personally, like you said, I have insecurity to work with, and I probably won't be able to deal with the open relationship. Of course, yeah, me going out to have sex with the people, yes, but like with her, I'd be like overthinking shit, you know what I mean? And it just has to be more with making sure that that person is just on your level, and knowing that you know they choose you every night. I was watching, I forgot what I was watching, but they were talking about that too as well. Like because they were in an open relationship. And yeah, they said that, they just don't tell each other that they want to go have sex, like they're whatever, but they're aware of it. And at the end of the day, as long as they choose them at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And and I just have this thing where it's like, and I know women can have sex with men and not get attached, and and all that, but I honestly do feel like we are built different. And I know I don't like to talk about this because I don't want to have, like, people on my back and telling me stuff, but I will just dive into a little bit. I really do feel like we are built different, and we, like you said earlier, like, we can have this lust demon and just take us to this girl, and then we just feel like we love her, we like, or whatever, and we have sex. Once you nut, and I'm pretty sure every guy we just be like, all right, like, cool. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have that same feeling for you. It was really, I just wanted to bust a nut. You know what I mean? And it's like, now, not saying that I don't like her, I'm not cool with that. I'll be cool with her, but it's not that, like, I love you type thing, or I really want to build. It's really just sex. And I know a lot of times girls, like, I forgot what they said, but it's a different hormone that gets released. And it's in both of us. I guess our hormone when it releases, it pushes out the semen. And when they do it, it just pushes out this thing where it's like it makes them more connected to the person that they're having sex with. And and you could just tell throughout the years. I mean, I think it's just like they're already like how women were more loving, more caring, and more, like, I guess you could say, with one person in a sense. I just feel like us men, we literally can just have sex with people and not have any connection or not care about that person as much as a woman can go out and have sex. And I'm not saying there aren't women out there like that. I'm pretty sure there is. I ran into a couple women like that, but for the most part, I just think it's sometimes we're built different, That's why I say sometimes a whole life for a lot of people, even men too, they really don't want to be a hoe. They're just out here. They got hurt and they're out here working off that hurt and just trying to get back at their ex and all that. And it's like, you're hurting yourself. You're not built for this life. Don't do it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to look at yourself and you're kind of going to be ashamed of yourself. And and that happens to men too. I'm not just talking to women. It's like a man's gonna look back and be like, damn, like, I was ruthless. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just, just really be you and don't work off of hate. You know what I mean? The best thing to do is just let go and do better.
That was beautiful, man. It has me thinking, like, because it's funny because I actually had this thought today too. Like, there is that life of, like, trying to date multiple people and this, that, and the other. And, like, I'm just being honest with myself. I don't think I'm built for that. Like, when I do, like, yeah, if it's casually dating and stuff, that's one thing. But once, like, I start to like someone, like, I really start to like them. You do feel this, like, I've always felt like this monogamous bond.
Yeah.
So that's what, I mean, dude, I've realized this too, man. Like, I'm sure you've gone through similar things. Like, a strong bond with someone, that you have a good bond with a woman, dude, doesn't grow on trees.
Yes.
Having a
Yeah,
good
bro,
romantic chemistry connection with someone that you really dig as a person and spiritually, like all these other things, and sexually, romantically, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then just random encounters. Like, when you do run into it, it's like, man, like, the older I get, the more that I'm like, okay, maybe I should pay attention to this. Maybe I should.
Yeah, no. Yeah, bro, it comes with age. Yeah, that's facts. Like, just growing, like, getting older and experiencing too and stuff like that. Cause yeah, man, like, it's rare to come across somebody that cause there's even times when, like, I ran across somebody that I really liked, like, as a person, but just when I had sex, I was just, like, not really that sexually, like, attracted to him like that. It was weird.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I mean, I would still have sex, but it wasn't like a thing where it's like, yeah, like, I'd rather just have sex over, and I think it's true. I think, unfortunately, like, just because, like, I don't want to say it's all about sex, but I think a lot of it has to do with a relationship. It is sex too as well. It's like making sure that you enjoy the person and you actually are attracted to that person in a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, or that connection, that sexual connection is there. So, once you find the sexual connection and, you know, you actually have like a bond, like a friendship, I think that's very rare. You know what I mean? And you should definitely jump on that and stop thinking that, on the internet you saw this girl, she hit you up with this, like, I
Right.
don't know, bro. You know what I mean? If you found something like that, I think you should keep it and you should actually pay attention to it for sure.
Well, man, you said something very, like, I really respect what you said in this conversation about just being aware of your own sexual health and wearing
Yeah.
condoms. And, that's one thing for me too, like, where I'm at least with everything. It's like, man, I don't like, yes, that urge will always be there. I want that urge. Like I want that, cause that male energy we have, like that, you can throw that into your creative projects. You can throw
No,
that into,
facts.
it
Yeah.
drives us, right? Like, I just don't want to spill that aimlessly across the countryside. And it's like, I don't, everyone argues like about this, but it's like, they say, well, if you haven't had sex with her on the third date, well, you're going to be quote unquote friend zoned and she's going to go find someone else. And I'm like, oh, we'll go find someone else because like, maybe I'm not ready to do that on the third. Okay, like there's pressure, right? There's this
Yeah.
pressure that you got to have sex, but I'm just to a point, like why? Like what? If I want to, I will, but if I don't want to, I'm not going to do it just because like I feel like I'm going to get put in some box or something. This is like your health and your well-being. And once you have sex with someone, it's not just, you're opening up a whole other portal, man. Like you're
Yeah.
opening emotions and all this other stuff. So I
That's
don't
true,
know.
because it can even be just on their side too. Like that portal can just be open on their side, and I'm pretty sure you're like me. I'm a nice dude. Really,
Yeah.
like these tattoos ain't shit. Don't mean shit to me. I'm a nice dude. I respect women. I respect their feelings, and I've done that where it's like I threw myself out there to a woman, and that portal opened up for her, but didn't open up for me. And I'm over here trying to like, be like kind of like, hey, let's just chill, da, da, da. But it's like, again, it's like, why now you have to deal with this, and now you feel bad as well too, because now you don't want to make it seem like, oh, you were just a smash, you were just a fuck. And it's funny too, because some of those girls were like savage, like I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, but yet you're over here falling in love. And I was like, damn, you're really not built for that, because look what happened between us. You actually caught feelings and I didn't. That's why I say you got to be careful, because it also happened to me as well, catching feelings for somebody else, and she wasn't even on my level. She wasn't even trying to do all that, and I was like, damn, like what, like you know what I mean? It's just stress that I don't want to deal with. And nowadays, like I said, it's like I was really just not going out there and being a savage anymore, and just really chilling. And like I said, I found somebody, and I'm grateful for her. You feel me? So,
I'm
but
happy
yeah,
for you, man. I really am. I think that's
oh
pretty
yeah,
dope. And I'm sure she supports your music and everything you're doing. And
oh yeah, no, definitely.
yeah, that you can't, I mean, yeah, those are keepers, man. It's just like, it's once you get over like, I just want to have sex. Like, it's like you
Yeah,
realize there's so much more to the spectrum.
yeah,
You just start, and this is going to sound crazy, man. Like, and I'm not saying I'm going for this now in my life because I'm not, but it's weird. But now when I talk to women, no joke, I'm actually vetting out qualities of what type of mother I think she would be. And it's not that I'm trying to have kids like right now or anything, but that's just kind of how my mind has shifted, you know?
bro. I've been like that too, bro. Oh God, that's how I am, bro. Like the main reason why I didn't like cuff any of these and back up any of these females out here or women out here were because I saw qualities in them that I didn't necessarily feel like I wanted that for my daughter or for my son. And
Mm.
I was like, in me personally, if I'm dating somebody, I don't think dating is like, or no dating, or actually like, dating and actually looking for somebody and be like, all right, you're my girl and I make her my girl. I'm not making you my girl just to pass on, like, whatever, pass time. Like, I don't need that. Like, I just want to have a girl. Like, I'm dating and I'm getting a girl because I'm looking for a future with, or I see a future in you. Because I feel like it's just a waste of time in my mind. Because if not, then I could just be out here just doing whatever the fuck I do and having sex with these women, or just hooking up with you every now and then and all this other stuff. And a lot of times these women, I just didn't. Not all of them. I'm not gonna say all of them. Some things is just like I just didn't feel like I had to do with my trust issues, But a lot of it had to do with I just feel like that quality was not cool, you know, or I just feel like that shit was cool. I really like the way she did, you know what I mean? Because I definitely feel like we are gonna teach the future. We're gonna have the future. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna have my future. You know, so it's like I need to make sure that she's has the same mindset, because you know, who knows? Maybe my mindset's not right for somebody else. Maybe she doesn't like the way I am, or like my tattoos, or the way I do certain things, or maybe the way I'm gonna talk to my child in certain things when discipline them or something. Who knows? But we have to talk about we would have to talk about that. But at first, I do notice things like that. I'm always noticing about like, damn, like mother qualities. You know what I mean? Like, is she a good mother? I think that's instinct too, to be honest. You know what I mean? It's like, honestly, I don't know if that's, but I just think that's instinct. You know, nowadays I feel so.
Facts, man.
Because I think it's instincts for them too, like to know, to see, like, you know, a man and see, you know, feeling protected by us and all that stuff, and they notice that stuff, you know. So.
And what's crazy is when it goes both ways, because when I'm like, okay, this girl has qualities of a good mother, or I'm like, I don't think I'd want to trust my child with her. But at the same token, it's like, hey, dude, you go look in the mirror. What type of father are you going to be? And I'm not kidding, man. I've done this before. It's like an exercise in motivation. Like if I were to have a kid right now, am I the type of father I would want to be to that kid? And like, I'll like some things I'm like, and I'm like, oh, I got to work on that. Like I gotta step up on some things. You know what I mean? So it's a balance, you know. But if two of you can come together, and I think that's very important what you said, man. Like, you got to make sure you guys are on the same wavelength mentally, and you don't have to see life exactly the same, but you guys have to be of an understanding. They understand how you see it. You understand how they see it. Is that going to work?
No, facts. Yeah, bro. No, yeah, man. Like, bro, I even do that too now. Like, look in the mirror and like be like about certain stuff, and then also too, like a dad. Like, if I was a dad right now, like, would I like this? You know, I mean, you know, and all that. And I'm like, damn, like, there's certain things that I would want to work on before having a kid. And, you know, and there's nothing wrong too. Like, people have kids all the time. I think people have kids all the time and they're not ready. You know what I mean? I think that's the majority of the population. Like, they just, I don't know, they just have a kid. And, you know, you grow and you learn, you know, but if anything that I learned from, you know, the people around me and my family is that I would want to be able to choose when I want to have a kid and who I want to have a kid with, and want to be able to, you know, just have a good job or be financially stable, and just feel like you know, and same with her too, and feel like, yes, she's, you know, she has a job, or maybe I want to take care of her and I want to just have my baby, or whatever you guys agree on, you know what I mean? But for me, it's like, I want to make sure that I have money in the bank. I have everything that's going on. I have insurance. I have all that shit, bro. Like, I want to have everything in line before I have a kid. And on top of that, also too, I want to make sure that I get out everything that I want to do before I have a kid as well. You know, knock on wood, I do that before I have a kid, because I know when I do have a kid, I'm probably just gonna be all over my kid. But I mean, you know, there's people that still make it and have kids and shit like that too, and like with all their dreams, you know. But I know for the most part, I would still want to, you know, do certain things before I have a kid. And like I said, and a lot of that has to do also too, like, you know, I wear protection. I'm aware of who I'm messing with, and even if you don't wear protection, because I'm not saying I never, you know, not went raw. I always pulled out. You know what I mean? You guys got to pay attention, you know, like all that stuff. So, and I always, like I said, I always, you know, went to go get myself checked as well too. At least 2 weeks later, or a month later, to see if anything too. But yeah, man, I think having a kid is a really big deal. And I think people should really be more prepared and more aware, you know, and if not, things happen, you know what I mean? You can work through it, but I'd say, like, you know, just keep that in mind, like, you know.
Right, you know, and I'm sure you've seen friends, and I've seen, you know, kids happen, right? And it's like, when it happens, it's still a blessing. It still turns out to be a great thing. But you know, if you are like conscious and aware of like, I'm just not quite ready for that right now. Right? There's some things I'm trying to do, because I'm like you, man. Like, once I have a child as well, I would like to think I'm going to be doing some of the same things I do. But then it's like, no, it's like, this is a new thing now. Like, this is priority number one.
Yeah.
Like, everything you were doing just got, but I want I want to be ready for that. You know what I mean? Like I want to go in like, I want to read the dad books. I want to be like, get the baby backpacks and shit. I'm going to be ready.
Yeah, no, facts. I mean, and who knows? Maybe you're like, I'll be thinking about that shit too. And maybe we're never going to be ready. Maybe it just has to happen. But there's certain things that I do want to get on. Like, I want to make sure that's good. I want to make sure that's good. Like, pretty much it has to do with being with the right woman, and pretty much making sure that I have enough money to take care of myself and my baby. That's for sure. That's like, I just feel like there's no exceptions for me like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, like, as far as like me thinking about having a baby, obviously if something happens. But me thinking about having a baby, like those two things would be like, nope, I gotta make sure those two things are right. Anything after that, I mean, shit, miracles happen. So miracles can happen anyway. But
yeah. Man, you've left me with a lot to think about tonight. I'm not gonna lie, man. We're gonna end this podcast. Have you ever seen the what's it called? The Narcos meme where he's in the pool like looking off?
Yeah.
It's gonna be me after this call. Like Chico, man, Chico gave me a lot to think about my life today.
Oh yeah, I remember that meme.
Yeah. But dude, this has been so much. Dude, this has been so good. We're well past we could keep going, but I want to save some for when I see you next too. So
no, definitely, yeah.
I always give the guests the last word, and it can be anything. You can talk about. Oh, you can shout out your music at the end too. We'll do that anyway. But like anything that's been on your mind, anything that's inspired you. It can be philosophy. It can be a movie. It can be absolutely anything. Is there anything you want to leave us with?
Pretty much, I just feel like I think a lot of us need time alone, and really like because I was talking to my girl about this too. I feel like a lot of us are depressed right now, and I think a lot of it has to do with social media and comparing and doing this and doing that. And I just feel like a lot of us need to like really turn off our shit, like at least for 1 hour a fucking day, and actually like journal, meditate, go for a walk, work out, and really silence like everything. Like no music, no nothing. Even though people be like, oh, I like music, the music. But like what happens when the music's not playing, when the music's gone? Like what's going on through your mind? Because I feel like there's so much shit that we're doing there's so much information that we're having and we're not processing. And we are processing, and it's just like our thoughts are everywhere. I feel like mental health is like really, it needs to be like, you need to make that a priority. A lot of us need to make a priority for that. You know what I mean? Even reading books and shit like that too as well. But like really pay attention to your thoughts. Cause I honestly, that's what I've been doing lately. And it's like, it's crazy, man. It really is. Like I'll be sitting here and I'll be like, I don't know if you ever seen the Jim Carrey stand up. And it's like that random, but it's like, he's like, you ever been in like in the kitchen and you're with your wife or whatever, and then you look at a knife and you'd be like, oh my God, don't pull this knife out and kill my wife right now. And then he just starts laughing. But it was like weird, but at the same time, it's like, not saying those kind of thoughts, but it's just like those like weird shit like that. Like you really don't realize what's going on through your head, and you really don't realize that how much shit you're just like really not paying attention to. And if there's a reason why people are feeling down on certain things and being depressed on certain things or certain events in their life, like family gatherings, some shit like that. Something about it's built up. It just doesn't happen like that. You know what I mean? I don't know up to anybody out, but I'm just saying, like, just because of me personally, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm not trying to go out and drink a lot or go on the weekends and drink. I'd rather just stay and try to meditate, try to journal, you know what I mean? Really close off everything and really understand my mind and my thoughts and understand what's going through and what's going on. You know what I mean? Because you really know what the hell's going on with you. If you really look deep down inside you, you will know what's going on with you. You just be like, I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know why I'm crying out of nowhere. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's like, you just got to silence everything and actually close your eyes and look into yourself. You feel me? But yeah.
That was incredible. I couldn't agree more with everything you. Not to take away the last word, but to add on to your last word, it is crazy. Like no matter how much you think you have it together, even people that you see, you think, oh, they've got it together, like quote unquote.
Yeah.
The mind is tricky, man. It's a slippery thing, and I'm so happy to hear that you meditate and you have that awareness to ground yourself and to like really like check in on yourself. Because the more you do and get these tools that you exercise, so when things do pop up where you're like, oh, I feel kind of weird right now, it's like you're able to stop and breathe and work through it, and dude, it works wonders. It absolutely does. I'm very glad you brought that up.
It's also like being accountable, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying like there's some things that happen to us that are fucked up, you know, and there's even worse things that happen to other people, you know, but there's a way to get through it, you know, and it takes work. And even if it takes you and you'd be like, damn, well, that's unfair. It's like, bro, nothing, even if it's unfair and it's crazy, bro, like, and that never happened to nobody else around you. Like, at the end of the day, that other person, other people around you are not going to save you. Like, you know what I mean? You got to get that through your head, and you really got to take care of yourself, you know? It's like, you got to be the leader. You got to be your own savior. So, but definitely, bro, yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, bro, it's like this whole social media shit, because I be on it a lot, and it's a lot has to do with my music, you know, and it's like sometimes I just want to get away, but then sometimes I want to be like, I gotta go back promote, I gotta go see this, and then you get stuck on watching memes, and then, you know, it's a whole fucking it's snowball effect, you know, and it's just like sometimes it gets you, you know, and I really have to be like, damn, I haven't meditated, I haven't journaled, I haven't done none of that in a while, and I started doing it again. I was like, damn, it's crazy how easily you can forget about how much some of this stuff really works, you know? And I'm like, fuck, why did I stop that? And it's because, oh, I felt good. It was working. And then you forget to keep on checking in on yourself. And you're like, bro, you gotta check in on yourself, even if you feel like you're okay. Even if you feel like everything's going good and dandy, like, you still check in on yourself. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, man. Yeah, those daily check-ins are extremely important. I'm with you. If it wasn't for the podcast, and you know, of course, when 4 drops and all, of course, I'm gonna tell Gino the second that promo hits my email, that shit's gonna be on Instagram like in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, I'm gonna have it up. But if it wasn't for that stuff, man, I would probably just delete and get off, because the memes are great. The memes are genius, actually, but it's like it's not good for mental health. It's not good for your confidence. It's not good.
Definitely not.
It's not good to continuously compare yourself to other people for no reason. It's just not healthy.
Yeah,
because your life is the only life that matters. You know.
Facts. No, and it sucks, dude. Yeah, and it's like it's pros and cons, obviously. You know, like you have fun, it's cool, and you interact with friends. You get to know how other people are on the other side of the world or the other side of town or all that. You know, you get connected, but it's overwhelming. I really do think that people really don't understand how overwhelming it is, and it's like, yeah, man, it's tense, bro. Definitely intense.
Because we're numb to it, like you said. And I'm guilty. I love blasting music. I mean, dude, I blasted fast in the gym the other day. Yeah. It has its place, but then I'm like, I have taken more pause. Like, okay, I don't have to have music on all the time.
Yeah.
Like, just sometimes it's good just to feel the world and see the world and hear the world without distraction, and just let that be the music. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. Like, I was listening to let me see. I know it's Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see who. It's like an old school group. I think it was like 1950s or something like that. I think Lauryn Hill kind of did like a cover kind of for it, but did her own song, and it's on her The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. But she dedicated that version to her son, I believe. But this is where she got it from. And I remember listening I'll be listening to the original all the time, and I just remember listening to like the music, like old school stuff. You get stuck into like the little radio thing, and just how slow and mellow everything was. You know what I mean? Everything was really relaxed, and you know, a lot of things. I think like lo-fi too. Like I'd be listening to lo-fi, and you see like the little little graphics that they make, and just like very calming. You know, very relaxed thinking, like. Sometimes the world, like, yeah, fast. I love fast too, and like you know, sometimes that's just how the world is right now. You know, fast paced, business wise, business thoughts. It's like yes or no, take it or leave it. Let's get it going. We'll do with this. We'll do with that. But you know, for a moment, like you really do got to stop and just be like, relax, man, because this life that we're in, this is a future. You know what I mean? It's gonna be more futuristic, obviously, all that. So it's like, yeah, we really gotta take a break from all that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man. Well,
but
dude, well said. Thank you for bringing so many gems to the table tonight. I can't wait to. I always listen to it right away, like go through it, and I can't wait to listen to this because there's so much stuff. Like I'm like, man, like I basically just had a therapy session with Chico.
dude, I had a therapy
Send me
session
your
last
invoice.
night, bro.
Dude, thank you so much for taking the time, man. I really
But,
appreciate it. You're a very humble, intelligent, creative, good energy person. I'm very grateful that we've connected. I look forward to seeing you again in person, hopefully sooner than later. And if people want to follow you, if they want to find the music, the projects, where do they need to go?
well, first, like anywhere, whether it's whether you have IG, TikTok, Twitter, it's Chico Spitz, ChicoSpitz. That's everywhere, and also too on I guess Spotify, Amazon Music, anywhere, any musical platform, I'm on there. Like I said, I just dropped a tape called Circulate. If you guys want to go check it out, my music videos also on Chico Spitz YouTube channel. Um, and yeah, and like I said, if you want to, tune in on to the newest video that's gonna drop, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, but yeah, Sam, I appreciate you having me, bro. It's always a great talk. Great, definitely was therapy session for me too as well, bro. We're going back and forth, and it's good to have someone listen, bro. Sometimes I just need to talk. I need a boy talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just have somebody just listen to
Straight
me.
up, man. Straight up. Like us men need
back
to
and
talk
forth.
to each other, man. And like talking
Yeah.
helps. It really does. Like that's another thing I'll add on to like the mental health thing is if you're feeling a certain way, call someone. Seriously. It really helps because when you talk it out, our heads will mess with us, man. They mess with us. And it was just you dealing with it. That's when it gets really scary. But when you talk with a friend or someone, oh, okay. You work through it and you work like, okay, I was just tripping on that. Like, but sometimes you need
you
someone
really
to
are just
bounce it
tripping.
off.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said no, because sometimes you really are just tripping. Like
yeah, it's complete nonsense. The mind's a crazy thing, dude. So yeah, I look forward. We're gonna have some good conversations here in the future. And stick around. I'm gonna stop the recording, but stick around for a couple seconds. But Chico Spitz, thank you so much. This was a pleasure. Talk and see you soon, sir.
Yes, sir.